And we're live here at the Fifth Ward Athletic Club. We have a championship match for you. We got the big Scott Whitman against Brad Mcgarvey. A nice shot there by Mcgarvey as he dives right in. Comes out for the 3-ball very nicely. And he just rattles the 3 and sits it for Whitman there. Whitman eyeing it up. Gets down on this 3-ball. 2 comes running on down. Gonna have a bit of a nasty cut on the 4 here. See what he can make of it. And a great shot there by Whitman as he walks that all the way down and just has a shot on the 5 here as well. A strong shot there to open up for Whitman. Whitman, another ridiculously strong shot as he's coming right at Mcgarvey here in this first rack. Got the 6 and the 7 right on top of each other here. You want to make sure you don't do something that's just going to leave your opponent wide open to run. Whitman fires away, and nothing drops, but he leaves a bank shot on the 6 here. Mcgarvey lining it up for the bank. And he doesn't make it, but I'll tell you what he has made. A heck of a defensive shot as the Q is pinched on the 9, and the 6 landed directly in line with the 7. I can't quite tell if it's dead to go, but it's a tough spot here for Whitman as he needs to make legal contact on the green. And if the green does touch that 7, it might just go in, but he's got to get a good hit on it first. Looking to go 2 rails out with some right spin. He's called a safe. And a valiant effort and a good try there by Whitman as he puts it right in. If it would have been a duck sitting in the pocket, he would have made it. So now Mcgarvey's going to get ball in hand here. Pretty sure, well, he's looking at that combo. Looks like he likes the combo. Let's see if he can get it. And it does rattle home for him, and he has a beautiful shot on the 6. A good, strong shot by Mcgarvey there. Mcgarvey puts that right in the side pocket. Good leaving angle on the 8. And he's trying to build some momentum here in rack number 1. This is a race to 3, and it's a race to 2 sets first. A drawback shot there by Mcgarvey, and now we have a little bit of tough sledding here on the 9 ball, and he's called the bank. I want to put a little bottom on this, and he has made it like it has eyes, and he's shooting on the 10, and he made it. However, the cue ball wasn't done rolling yet. A great shot there. The great Juan Alvario has come up and announced himself next to me, wearing an amazing Looney Tunes jacket. He will be competing against Chris Torres later this evening in the championship round. Yes. Hey, Mcgarvey made that 10 ball. The cue ball was still rolling like a decent amount. He grabbed it. You can see it. Right here, thank you. That's it. Thank you very much, miss. And Whitman gives him a nice break, but he scratches on it. I want you to look at this. He grabbed the cue and it was still rolling like a good, decent amount. I did. All right, Mcgarvey's prancing around now, and he's called a kick shot on the 3 ball. And he's shooting all world right now, ladies and gentlemen, making them from wherever they need to be made, and he kicks the 3 in there. He's called the 4-5 combo in the corner. Gives it a good run. And I'll tell you what, he is just leaving it where he needs to. A good 2-way shot there. Leaving it tough on your opponent if you don't make it. Whitman jacks up, makes good contact, and makes the most of it there. Mcgarvey back up. Mcgarvey is shooting very well so far. Rolls that 4 ball in, but did he roll enough to have that 5? I don't believe he did. A good kick hit by Mcgarvey there. Whitman shooting out of the pocket, makes a nice strong shot on the 5 ball and gets a good position on the 6. Whitman on the 7 here. It's a tough decision. Very tough here when you got a lot of open balls late in the rack and you don't want to just wildly go for something, but I believe the bank could be there. He's looking at the bank, looking at not scratching here. He's down 1-0. He wants to get this one and tie things up. And Whitman does bank it. Had it headed over there, but she spit her out. And now Mcgarvey has got point blank on the 7. But even though you're point blank, sometimes you can come up blank. But not this time. Mcgarvey rolls it in. Good position on the 8. He makes the 8, but he runs into the 9, kicks it to the middle of the table, and he's called another bank. And let's see if he can do it again. Not this time. And uh-oh. Is he going to leave it for Whitman? He is. Whitman's got a tremendous chance to win this rack now if he can just make this and bring it back. Whitman pulls it back. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And it's landing right on the 10 ball. Unbelievable. You can either tap this and leave it kind of where it's at or go for the kick shot. He's elected to kick it in. And a great shot by Whitman there on a kick on the 10. And we're all knotted up at 1 here at the 5th Ward Athletic Club in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And that'll bring me to tonight's sponsors. This match is brought to you by Shays Vending. Established in 1938, Shays Vending has been serving Lebanon County and surrounding areas for over 86 years with all of your barroom needs. Located at 300 East Cumberland Street in Lebanon, they offer pool tables, pinball machines, dartboards, jukeboxes, and PA skill games. They can be reached at 717 273 1557 7 days a week at any time, and will deliver at no extra charge. Shays Vending, we thank you. And Mcgarvey gives him a blast here in rack number 3, and he gave him a heck of a crack. But I didn't hear anything or see anything fall. Whitman studying the table as he walks around it. He made a really strong shot to get this thing tied at 1 here in set number 1. And he's called the bank on the 1 here. All right, and not too bad. He doesn't leave a clear shot for Mcgarvey. And you're going to earn this rack. Someone's going to earn this. That 2 and that 3 is a little shady over there. The 4 is ugly over by the 8 and the rail. We got a problem over here now with the 1. And Mcgarvey gets a good hit, and he puts it right back down there and says, Whitman, let's see what you got. All right, Whitman studying it. He's found something here. He taps the 1, hides around the 5, and plays a good safe. A nice defensive shot there by Whitman. That's how you got to do it. If you don't have a shot, you got to hide somewhere so you can try to get ball in hand and run out on your opponent. Mcgarvey lining up a kick. I believe he might call it in the side. He has. Ooh, but he's fouled and hit the 5 ball only. And Whitman's going to get ball and paw. I heard that for the first time. Ball in the paw. Right, reaching over the table a little, stretching. And he gets out of shape on the 2. He's out of shape on the 2, and it's bad. I see one possible escape if he were to put left English and just miss the 8 ball and try to come 2 rails and get it from the back. And he comes up empty. So Whitman, who acquired ball in hand, makes a ball and gives ball in hand. But this is still very interesting because the 2 doesn't really conveniently or comfortably go anywhere. Except over in this corner over here. That's where he's lining it up for. And he makes it and pushes the 3 down with it. A marvelous shot by Mcgarvey there. Mcgarvey's got his dad in attendance with him, Dennis. Many a night we played at the old Keystone back in the day, way back in the day. Mcgarvey on the 4 ball. Does he have it? And he makes a nice walk down and a bounce out for the 5. Gets open. Mcgarvey can do some damage on you. He's caught it in the side pocket. He makes it. Q bounces down and out, and he's got the 6. He can either thin cut or bank. He's called the bank. And no dice this time, but it's going to sit ugly. And Whitman's going to have a crack. This match is also brought to you by Tier 7, sponsored by Edward McDaniels. He has over 100 different games and puzzles he's interested in sharing with everyone in attendance and online viewers. Tier 7 is a game. It's somewhat of a mixture of chess and checkers, and he's looking to have people play it. And anyone interested in more information is instructed to email Ed at maxtert7@gmail.com. That's maxtert7@gmail.com. Thank you, Edward, for Tier 7. Back to live action here. Mcgarvey calling a 6-9 combo. It doesn't go, but he brings the cue way back up to the middle of the table. And he could leave some tough sledding for Whitman. I am not sure if he can get good contact on Matt, as the 10 is lingering down there as well. This is a big rack. It's tied 1-1. Neither competitor wants to fall behind, and Whitman makes a great shot. He makes the 6 and gets a leave on the 7, and they're all open. Whitman rolls the 7 in no problem, bounces out. Called the 8 all the way down in the corner. He shoots it absolutely perfectly, pocket speed, and gets perfect on the 9. Whitman makes the 9. And now he's on the 10, looking to take a 2-1 lead in the first set here. This would be a strong out. Whitman made some good shots to get out on this. He shoots the 10, and he rattles it home. Another strong out. Strong out there, Scott. I like the pocket speed shot on the 8 ball. That thing barely dropped, man. That was great. You left that perfect for the 9, man. That was good. A strong showing there by Whitman. This match is also brought to you by Full Q Mang, a brand created by Brandon Breen. He shoots Shays League with the Wasted Seamen out of the Navy on Thursdays, as well as Wednesday night APA. Thank you, Brandon, for your sponsorship with Full Q Mang. And Whitman gives him a crack here in rack number 4. And he breaks dry. And there's absolutely nothing on the 1 ball here. Now, there is a rule where you can play a push. I'm pretty sure Mcgarvey knows about that rule, as he's already had a match against Chance Krim to get to this finals. And he's going to ask him about that rule now. All right. All right. A push has been called here. Mcgarvey's pushing it here. That means you can do anything with the cue ball, and then Whitman can either shoot it from there or give it back to him. Now Whitman can take that and go after that, or he can give it back. Whitman says, I'll take what you give me, and he makes the one ball no problem. Q just gets pinched behind the 10, and he might have to do a kick here to get good contact on it, too. Oh, he does make straight contact with it. I stand very corrected, and puts that 2 right in the middle of the table. Mcgarvey could be looking at a thin cut in the side here on that. Do believe that's what he's called. Yeah, in the side. Missed it. These guys are leaving each other dirty quite frequently. Whitman's definitely pinched this time. He's got to go rail first somewhere and get a hit. Take this time to mention another one of our sponsors, World Beaters Billiards Apparel. They offer a wide range of billiards apparel at reasonable and affordable prices. Their apparel is 100% customizable at no extra cost. Whether you need one jersey or a complete collection of products for the whole team, they can help. No order too small or large. Visit them on Facebook or their website, worldbeaters.myshopify.com to shop all their products now. World Beaters Billiards Apparel. I'll give you that website one more time. World Beaters Billiards myshopify.com. Thank you for your sponsorship. All right, so Mcgarvey ends up getting ball in hand here. And he's looking at a 2-4 combo here. He makes it. Sends the 2 across the table. Look at that. He's going to have a perfect shot on it. And he makes it. He gets it there. Couple friends, absolutely. A little help from a couple friends. Mcgarvey puts the 3 ball in, no problem. Tell you what, you give this guy a clear shot, he's going to make you pay. He's called the 5 in the corner. He goes 2 rails, coming back down. A little kiss on the 8 ball, and we got perfect contact for the 6. Things are jumbled up a bit down there. He's called the 6-9 combo. Rattles and sits there very unluckily. And now look at this. If Whitman can pot this 6 ball, it could be curtain call time. And Whitman fires away. He was slightly jacked up there. And since he accidentally made a ball, Mcgarvey can take this or give it back. He's called the bank back at him. And he makes it no problem. But he also made the cue ball no problem. And now, all of a sudden, Whitman has ball in hand with 3 balls left to try to win the first set. Whitman makes the 7. Gets a tough leave on the 8. And he's going to have to go kicking again. Oh, he rattles it this time and leaves the 8 right on top of the cue. Mcgarvey's got to do something productive with this. Whether he makes it and ends up getting out or leave his opponent tough here on this shot. You just don't want to lose this first set. You want to make it to the hill. He's called it all the way in the corner. A long, tough shot. It's on its way, and it goes right in. A great shot. Mcgarvey on the 10. Can he finish it? He does, and we're going to the hill, ladies and gentlemen. 2-2 here between these two here at the 5th Ward Athletic Club. This match is also sponsored by Flawless Entertainment and Productions, a brand by Joshua Lane. It is his Christian rap record label, and they're happy to sponsor today's match. Their music can be found online on SoundCloud at www.soundcloud.com/flawlessthefastlane. God bless everyone watching in Jesus' mighty name. Thank you, Flawless Entertainment and Productions. We're ready for the hill here, and Mcgarvey gives him a good crack, and he's put the one ball on the side, and the three is on its way as well, and that is in there. With a great clear shot on the two ball as well. A strong break. On a rack, you want to get out. The four ball's underneath the six down low and extremely ugly. So we're going to have some work to do. And Mcgarvey comes right on down by that four after potting the two. And he's got good clean contact on it. Try to play a D or back bank it where he's standing. He's called a safe. He taps it, and safe is executed very well, as Whitman doesn't have much here. And you're down low by that pocket. You don't want to scratch here. You don't want to sell the farm. Maybe he could just stop shot it, hide behind the six. He's called a safe. A great shot. A love tap, and it lands almost right back where it started. And we got a bit of a game of cat and mouse here on the hill, Tom and Jerry style. He calls the bank on the four, and that's all right if you don't make it because it's a two-way shot and you hide directly behind the six. A great play there. But if he would have made it, he would have been in trouble because he wouldn't have had clear contact on the five. Whitman studying, perplexed here. I can't say I blame him one bit. Bombs away, and it's a valiant effort, and it just comes whizzing by. No contact. Ball in hand from Mcgarvey. And we will see what he has up his sleeves here. So the 4-6 was ugly earlier, and now the 6-7's ugly down low. Garvey shoots it, makes it, and gets absolutely perfect on the 5. Garvey shooting very strong. Rolls that 5 ball in, sends the cue up, sits right on the 8, no problem. He can just kick it right behind there, no problem. He might even make it. He's going to call it in this corner back here. He kicks it and leaves it. Leaves a bank for Whitman. He can either bank it side or try to thin it, put it back to the middle of the table down low, and leave the cue all the way up the table. Whitman gives it a ride and double kisses it and leaves a perfect setup now for Mcgarvey, who's been showing that he can knock him down if you leave him. Let's see what he does here. Can Mcgarvey methodically make up a plan here on the hill? A nice snapshot there, kicks the 10 over a bit. He's got a clear shot on the 7. Makes the 7 no problem. Q's coming back, and it's just a little too reckless and hard. And now there's trouble on the 8. We got trouble on the 8. Trouble on the 8, and you don't want to give ball in hand. You want to find something where you can surely get a good hit. Mcgarvey in his stance. He's called a combo. 8-9 combo, I believe. Oh, that's a foul. But he did take the 9 away from the pocket. Therefore, it's not a duck anymore. It's on the first diamond all the way up top. So Whitman's going to have to make some skill shots to get this one here on the hill. Whitman pounds the 8 and makes it and comes out, but he's left himself an extremely thin cut. Whitman lining it up. It is a thin cut. Bombs away. Whitman makes that thin cut, bounces off the 10, and leaves a bank shot. Bank shot on the hill. He's caught it in the side. He's rearing up. He's lining it up. He's jacking up. He fires away. It's for the win, and it bounces out. But he leaves the cue on the bottom rail, and he leaves the 10 in the middle of the table. A tough leave back. Fitting that it comes down to one ball for the first set here. One ball. Whoever makes this ball, if they do it legally without scratching and they call it in the right pocket, they're going to win. Mcgarvey lining it up. He's called it all the way up. He fires away, and it bounces away. And look at this. Is it a silver platter for Whitman? Can he make it? And Whitman does, in fact, make the 10, and he wins the first set 3-2. It comes down to the last ball. Very evenly matched, these two here. Very evenly matched. Speaking of evenly matched, let's get to our next sponsor. 717 Sports Hub, baby. Courtesy of Michael Light. Add their group page on Facebook. Talk sports with everyone in the 717 area. All different sports. Lighty's been doing it and keeping that group afloat and together for over 7 years, chopping it up. He runs little games sometimes where he'll pick a game and say whoever guesses closest to the final score, guesses the exact score, gets a gift card to a local store or a pizza shop in the past. So thank you very much, Lighty. 717 Sports, always a pleasure talking to Michael Light. Anything sports related. He's got the most knowledge in the land. A shout out. Thank you for your sponsorship. 717 Sports Hub. We got a fresh lag here for a fresh set and a race to 3 in this set. And it looks like Mcgarvey. Ooh, that got really close. Pull the cue ball out and put the cue ball between them and see which one you can tell. Here, this will help you, bro. Relag. Too close to call, too hard to judge. Both shooters are cool with a relag. They're going to relag it. Can't get any closer than this. The first set went to the hill and they're tying the lags. Don't do it again. Yellow has it. You guys are professional laggers. Y'all be getting them bonus points on Wednesdays? All right. Wow, that was a nice lag. Ready for our next sponsor, 717 Notary Tags and Title. At 717 Notary Tags and Title, they have 3 convenient locations, Lebanon, Palmyra, and Jonestown. They're contracted with PennDOT, DCNR, and PFBC. They specialize in title transfers for vehicles, ATVs, snowmobiles, and boats. They also can issue registration on the spot. 717 Notary Tags and Title. Thank you for your sponsorship. And we're off in rack number 1 of set number 2 as Whitman gives him a ride. And he doesn't make anything. And Mcgarvey's going to get the first crack at this rack. Mcgarvey makes it. Comes over nicely for the 2. Makes a 2 no problem. Called the 3-6 combo. 3-6 Mafia. No problem. The problem is going to be after this 3 ball. That 4 is pinched on the 9. There might be an access to be made if you shot it off the inside of the orange 5 ball and put it in that corner. And I'll tell you what, that's exactly what he's going to leave himself. If he sees that 4 go off the 5, he could make it. But he doesn't want to scratch on the other corner. He's called in the corner. And he makes it. A great shot. These guys are both shooting strong. Garvey's calling the 5 all the way down. Gives it a ride. He misses it this time. And it comes rolling on down towards the 9. And Whitman separates them, and it's going to leave Mcgarvey a clean, open look here. Mcgarvey snapshots the 5 and sticks the cue ball right there. Mcgarvey with a miss on the 7 there. Whitman fires the 7 in, no problem. He rolls the 8 in, begs the cue not to scratch, and it doesn't. Whitman shooting the length of the table, jacked up off the rail. Oh no! He's made the 9 in the wrong pocket and scratched. Mcgarvey's going to get ball in hand on their 10 and get a freebie here. And he puts it home, and Mcgarvey once again wins the first rack in the set, and he leads it 1-0. That takes us to our next sponsor, C's Auto Sales. C's Auto Sales has quality used cars, SUVs, and trucks at affordable prices. Buy here and pay here with no credit check. And they have warranties included on every vehicle. C's Auto Sales in Lebanon. thank you for your sponsorship. Getting ready for rack number 2 here in set number 2. Mcgarvey leads at 1-0, but he trails 1-0. We got Ed McDaniels in the building. He's got his Tier 7 board set up with his most featured game, and he's ready to introduce it to anybody and play anyone and show people what game he has to offer, as it's a board game that he invented himself many, many, many moons ago, decades in fact. Come out and see Ed. Mcgarvey gives him a heck of a break, and he pots the 8 on the break and yells, 8-ball break. But it's only going to leave you a tough shot on the 1. Mcgarvey plays a push shot. You can take it or give it back to him. Whitman says, I'll take this duck all day. He makes it, and he does get out to see the 2. He's down, fires away, makes a good shot. Q coming all the way back up the table. Come on, he's calling for it. Nice shot there. These guys are making some good, strong shots when they feel they need to. Rolls the 3-ball in. Oh, no, this is going to be very interesting. This is going to be interesting. Marcellus, you want to watch this? They're calling for a ref. Ref's been called in here to watch this hit. 7 did move first. A good call by Marcellus. Good call, Marcellus. That was such a subtle movement on that. So now Mcgarvey with ball in hand. Got some tight corners here. Rolls the 4 on the side. Going after the 5 now. A good little leave there. Rolls the 5 in. Coming on up for the 6. Show me a bank. He's called the bank back at him. He misses it, but puts it all the way down table behind the 7 and leaves the cue up top here in the pocket. Whitman eyeing it up here. Tough corners here. Once you get a good hit on this 6-ball, studying it. He trails 1-0 in the set. Doesn't want to fall down 2 racks to none. Whitman gets a good hit on it and doesn't scratch. Leaves Brad open on it, but it's better than giving ball in hand to your opponent. Mcgarvey makes the 6 and goes 2 rails over and out. And a nice lead for that 7 ball. He runs the 7 ball up. And now, what's he going to do with the 9? Try it in the side or try it in the corner? He's tried it on the side. And he's returned to the favor. And this rack's going to end the same way the last rack ended, with ball in hand on the 10 for one of these guys. Whitman can't believe his eyes. He says, I'll take that. Whitman puts the cue right up on the 10 ball, and he pots it. And he ties this match up at 1 apiece here in set number 2. Take this time to visit our final sponsor, the William Penn Restaurant. Come on by and check out Mike Levendis at the William Penn Restaurant, known for their world-famous hot dogs for over 95 years. That's right. Since 1928, the William Penn has been serving Lebanon, located at 635 Cumberland Street, right on the corner of 7th and Cumberland in historic downtown Lebanon. Thank you, Mike, and thank you to the William Penn Restaurant. And we're on our way here in rack number 3 of set number 2. A monster break by Whitman as he makes 2 balls and has a perfect shot on the 1. All the balls except the 9 and the 10 came up the table here. He's got to get out. You don't want to get in trouble. And he's done just that. And he's cut himself off on contact on the 2 ball. Whitman giving it an extra look. Doesn't want to just wildly take a swing. Is there anything that can be done? Is there anything that could result in a good hit? He's going for a clever little kick shot here. Oh, it just catches the 5 going by. Good idea, well thought out, but it is a foul. Mcgarvey's going to get ball in hand here. All right, Mcgarvey studying the table now with ball in hand. Mcgarvey rolls it in. Now we got to do something on the 5 ball here. He tries to shave it, but leaves it ugly instead. Whitman's chalking up his stick here, thinking of what he wants to do next. Whitman going for the bank, and it just titties out on him. A valiant effort there. He would have had a good position on the 6 as well. But he hasn't left a complete duck from Mcgarvey here, and he looks concerned about it now. It's called the bank. Well, no, he didn't call the bank. He called a thin cut on the 5 on the side, made it, and the 10 also went in, and that ball has to get spotted. You can't combo the last ball to win. You can combo it, but it'll come back up. 6 in the corner, and he rattles it. And Whitman's going to get an opportunity to get back up here. Whitman down. It's called the 6 on the side. And he just titties it again on that side. And Whitman misses the 6 ball. As he was trying to come up and get that perfect leave on the 7 there, I see what he was trying to do now. But Mcgarvey's going to get another crack. And this rack's giving these guys a little bit of trouble as we have 5 balls left in it still. A good bounce back shot by Mcgarvey there. And he rolls the 7 in. A really nice lead next on the 8. He's getting down and lining it up all the way down. He rolls it in. He rolls the cue up. Mcgarvey's playing good right now, ladies and gentlemen. He's just got to get this 9, leave himself something on the 10 here. And, well, he's left it quite interesting. And he makes it in the side pocket. Mcgarvey takes a 2-1 lead. Mcgarvey leads it 2-1 here in set number 2. Scott Whitman beat Scott Long to get here. And Bradley Mcgarvey beat Chance Krim to get here. And he gives them a good break, and they're off to the races here. And I don't hear anything. He's left the cue ball and the 1 ball very close to each other here. But it still looks odd. And it looks like the side pocket tip could be in the road here. And he's trying to make it in the side. He titties it out. Cue rolls around table. And all right. Innocent enough there. He called the one on the side, but the other side. You can no, you can give it back or take it. Whitman has the option to give this back or take it since a ball was pocketed without being called. That is the rule. He's called a back bank. It's heading there. Bounces out, but it's a good punt as he leaves the cue ball all the way down table. Mcgarvey calls the two ball in the corner, fires away, gets a little too much of it. Q just misses scratching, and he doesn't leave a shot. Two's down there close to the corner pocket, but the seven's in the way. I try to come off the rail here and get a good hit on that, but it's still not ideal. If you don't hit the right part of the two ball, it just scratch. Whitman giving it a good look here. He's calling it off the rail in the corner. A great shot by Whitman there, but he snookered himself on the three. But let's not take away. That was a great shot. That had to be hit only on one spot of the rail on a kick, and he made it. He found that make angle, and he put it right in. Let's see if he can do it again. See if he can get contact on the three here. He does get a good shave job on the three, and the cue comes down and lands on that bottom rail again. These guys are playing each other real tough. It's tough to get a win here. No one wants to give an inch or bend their budge. Garvey lining it up. He's down. He fires away and he makes a great length of the table shot and just scratches. An unlucky scratch, but a great shot. These guys are making really tough shots. All right, Whitman has the ball in the paw. And he shoots the four, draws it back a little bit. Oh, and he draws it into the side pocket for a scratch. So now Mcgarvey with ball in hand on the five. Puts it home. Getting down on the six ball here. He makes a great shot there. And did he hook himself behind the eight, or could he possibly shave it? He might have to go rail first somewhere. It's tight. I can't exactly tell the angle from there. Does he want to go bottom rail and go for contact? Does he want to go top rail? It's tough. There's only four balls left on the table, so you'd hate to give ball in hand here. believe he's going to elect to go bottom rail on the kick here and try to get contact. Here we go. Two rails first. He gets a good hit and no scratch. He's got to be happy with that, even if it does leave Whitman a bit of a shot here. Whitman gets down, lining up the 7 ball. And he shaves it and leaves the cue right on the 8 ball. Didn't have enough oomph to get that 7 in there. Mcgarvey now bridging and shooting over a ball blindly. He makes it. The cue hits the side pocket tit and comes all the way back over to the other side, leaving a strange angle on the 8 suddenly. See what he can make of it. Bombs away from Mcgarvey. They go flying around, and he's left a pretty good setup if Whitman wants to tie this matchup. Here in set number 2, Whitman leads it 1-0 in sets, but he trails this race on this set 2-1. And Whitman misses the 9 ball to say the least, but he's left it about as ugly as he could there. Mcgarvey banks the 9 and leaves it right up here on the top diamond. About as tough as you can. Whitman's called the cut here. And he's got in the back of it, and instead set the 9 up. If Mcgarvey can thread the needle in the side pocket, he's going to win this race. The set, but he's tittied it out. The side pocket will make or break your billiards game. We're out here at the Fifth Ward Athletic Club in Lebanon, PA. We're grateful for them hosting. They're getting a third table in here very soon. Compliments of Shay's vending so we can run bigger and better games and tournaments. Challenge matches and highlight matches. A tough decision here for Whitman. Want to call the 9 clean or call the combo? He goes for the 9 and, well, he's left an interesting setup for Mcgarvey here. The 9 is slightly past the side. He's going to have to draw this back a little bit and go for it in the corner and hope to hold the cue for the 10. Or draw back and run into it and push it down. It's a tough shot here. He's called the bank. He's called the bank. The 9's flying around the table, and it's going to sit nice for Scott Whitman. Look at this. Whitman fires away, makes the 9. The cue's coming back up table, dies a little bit, and he's left a heck of a thin cut or a bank. Whitman mulling it over. He needs this to force the hill in set number 2. He won the first set, and he's lining up this bank. He's called the thin cut walk on the 10. Gets it a little too fat and leaves the cue all the way up table. This is a tough shot and a tough leave for Mcgarvey. Mcgarvey lining up the 10 ball here. He's called a bank back at him. He wildly fires and he scratches. And if Whitman can put this in, we'll be going to the hill again in set number 2. Whitman reaching out and stretching. Puts the 10 in, and we're going to the hill once again. We are going to the hill once again in set number 2. Here at the 5th Ward Athletic Club in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Got a decent crowd in here to watch the festivities. Come on out to the 5th Ward. They got the kitchen open. Dave slinging the drinks here. Come on out. Check out the action. We are underway here in rack number 5. Hill. If Whitman wins, he wins. Mcgarvey wins, he forces a third set. Right when he said act in the song, all right, Whitman is polishing off his stick and he's ready on the hill here. He's going after the 1. A lot on the line here in this rack, ladies and gentlemen. He overcuts it just a bit, and Mcgarvey's going to have a good shot here for the 1 ball. Mcgarvey, no problem on the 1, comes all the way around. Got a great look at the 2 as well. Both these guys have been playing very well in this match. I'm impressed. I like what I see. They got good, strong games. Mcgarvey right on cue. Tried to come over and get a piece of that 3, make it easier, but now he's going to have to do something. And Mcgarvey leaves a 3 in the queue, both in the middle of the table. It's a tough shot to make it anywhere. Whitman's calling an extreme thin cut on the 3 all the way in the other corner. Let's see if he can get it going that way. And he does. He makes a real strong shot on the 3 there. Good shot by Whitman. The Sasquatch with a stick in his hand. He's feeling it right now. He's jamming to the music, and he's called the 4 up. He's bridging over a ball. He's lining it up. He's ready to fire away. He does. Just a little bit off, but he doesn't leave a duck by any stretch, as the 4 is still ugly. We got the 9 and the 10 blocking the bank over in the side. The 8's blocking the cut all the way down. Only thing he could try to do is thin cut it in the side, but he hasn't tried to go for a shot like that yet. Mcgarvey's studying what he wants to do here. He sends it down table and leaves the cue all the way up table and tries to leave a tough shot there. I know. Whitman lining up the 4. It's a long shot, and he makes a great shot, and the 6 also drops. He pushes the 8 to the side, and he's got a good look at the 5, and he's ready to go. He's feeling it here. Whitman makes it a good shot. He comes all the way back down the table. And he's got a real tough shot on the 7. He just keeps making tough shots, though. He makes one more tough shot here, he might have the rack. He makes another ridiculous tough shot. Whitman here, unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. And the 8 goes in, and he can finish it off here. And Whitman puts it in, and this is to win the entire match. Oh, when he scratches. He scratches on the hill. It was tough to get by the side pocket. He scratched on the hill. And that's going to give Mcgarvey ball in hand. And he puts it away, and he wins set number 2, and they're tied at 1 set apiece. Wow, what action. Terribly. Whitman, that was an unbelievable run you had, man. That was crazy, bro. Great shooting. Tough ending to that rack. You guys are both shooting phenomenally. Who just came up to me? Who came up to me? Who? Did someone just walk up to me and try to get my attention? We are going to a third set here. It is 1 set apiece. Oh no, I moved the wrong one. I didn't want to do all that. I always like the corner guys. Yep. I'm finding myself playing Ed McDaniels in a game of Tier 7 here. One of our sponsors today. He's brought his board game out, mixture of chess and checkers, and just Playing that with him between racks here a little bit. Last race to 3 here, as this has been a great match thus far. And Whitman gives him a good crack here. And the one ball, Mcgarvey's pinched on it, so he can play a push here. Mcgarvey's going to play a push here. Whitman's going to take this one, I believe. He makes the one, and he comes down for a shot on the 2 ball. Now, what can he do with that? There's a couple D's that could be done here. He's called the safe. And it's a successful one. Mcgarvey will be able to see it to hit it, but he won't be able to make it. Mcgarvey, oh, he fouls. He catches the 10 going by. That's going to give Whitman ball in hand. Whitman going behind the back on this. Makes the 2 ball. He tries to save it to get behind that 8. Go down behind that 8 to get that 3 ball, but he's come out just a bit too far. Got a tough leave here for him. Whitman going to shoot rail first here. This is a heck of a tough reach. If he's going to do all this, he should just get the bridge. That's all right. He did not make contact with it. There ain't no strike 3, he says. Get the heck out of here. And he tries as best he could, but he surrenders ball in hand. If Mcgarvey so chooses, he might not even need to take it from there. And Mcgarvey blasts it and scratches. Whitman going after it here in rack number 1 of set number 3. And he misses ball in hand on the 4 ball. One more, one more. He makes the 4, and he's got peculiar on the 5 here. He thins the 5, and it's going to set Whitman up pretty well here. Whitman makes the 5, gives it some top spin, coming on down to the 6. Whitman makes the shot on the 6, comes out a bit too far on the 7, should still be able to handle it. He's been shooting well, making balls. Shaves it a bit too much here, but it could work to his benefit, as it only leaves Mcgarvey a length of the table bank shot back up in the other corner. All right, so Whitman gonna get back up to the table here. And he's unable to pocket the 7 ball. Whitman puts the 7 in. He's got a combo here. Calls combo on the 10, but he shot it too quick and he rattles it out. Garvey shooting a 9. Snapshots it very well, a sniper shot. And he's left with a bank on the 10. Oh, and he rattles it home. An amazing shot by Mcgarvey. He called it there. He made it. He leads 1-0 in set number 3. Pandemonium. These guys are shooting very well. They're making very good, strong shots. For being in the lowest bracket and the lowest tier, these guys are shooting amazing. And Mcgarvey gives him a crack here in rack number 2 of set number 3. For being in the silver tier, these guys sure are making some great shots, some good decisions. I like what I'm seeing. They each got a set under their belt, and they each are trying vigorously to win this one. Whitman's getting into it. He's yelling at the table, complaining that the one stopped right in front of the pocket. We got a jumbled up rack. We got a jumbled rack here, as neither player can get the bidding started by making the one. A safe has been called. All right, Whitman is looking at what he wants to do here. He's called a safe on the two ball. And he just misses getting the two on the other side of the four there. Whitman gives it a go on the two ball all the way up, and it's just a bit offline. But he's left it right in line with the four ball, and Mcgarvey's going to have to kick this again. And Whitman back up to the table here. Called the two ball in the corner here. Want to stay down even though you're shooting off the rail. It just rattles for him, but I think he'll be happy with the result as he's put the four directly in line with the two ball and left the cue all the way down table in line with it, making it so hard to get a good hit. You'd have to go bottom rail, two tips of left, two rails out. Rail kick. See if he goes for that. He does that exact shot and just missed it. A very valiant effort by Mcgarvey there. It was a great attempt. Just came whizzing in and just barely missed potting that two ball. Whitman, ball in hand. He makes it. Comes around beautifully for the three. I love that shot right there. Nice one, big fella. All right. And he tried to bounce and come around to have a better shot on the 4, but he ran into the 9. Still got a thin cut or a bank here. He's called the bank. And he misses the bank, but again, he's going to be happy with the result as he's dictating the leaves here, and Mcgarvey's got to go kicking again. Kicking like Jackie Chan. Tough scenario here for Mcgarvey. 7 balls left on the table in this rack. Mcgarvey leads this set 1-0 in a race to 3. And where Hill was set, he goes over and back, runs into the 4, but it's not going to hit the rail after contact. So it's ball in hand. And just in case anyone's wondering, if you go 2 rails and then hit your ball, but then nothing hits a rail after contact, it's a foul. Whitman pulls it back and says, "Slow down, kid." Got a bit of a shot on the 5 here. Gonna make it and try to go over and back. Ooh, thin cuts it a bit too much. And leaves Mcgarvey a bit of an in-betweener between a cut and a bank shot on the 5. And he's called the bank here. And he makes it no problem. And he did come all the way around the 10 to have eyes on that 6. A nice shot by Brad there. He stays down. He just misses the 6 ball and brings the cue. And we'll leave it right on the 9. And the 8 is a little bit in the way of some contact on that 6. I believe he can get the bottom of it. But you don't want to hit the bottom of the 6 and just scratch. Let's see what Whitman lines up here. Maybe he has room to cut that right by the 8. And he gets it going by, makes a good hit. He's going to leave Mcgarvey a bank in the other way, right in the middle of the table in the side pocket. And Mcgarvey makes that no problem. These guys are making banks all night long. They're open late tonight. The 7 ball, and he rolls it in very nicely. Why not another bank shot? You made your last 2 you made. Are you going to go 3 for 3? Ooh, not this time. And he's going to leave Whitman a long one on the 8, and that looks so straight that if he doesn't put any kind of English on that cue ball, if he makes it, could follow straight up with it. So he's got to hit the soft or put some kind of bottom on it to not scratch with it. Looks like he's doing that. He missed it. Sent around the table. Round and round the black ball goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. But Mcgarvey's going to like that as it's a straight line shot on the black. Mcgarvey downlining it up. And he rattles the 8 ball as well. Leaves it right around that first diamond. It's a tough, thin cut. I'm not sure what Whitman's going to try to get done here. Whitman with a thin cut on the 8. He makes it and he hits the tip and comes right back for a nice, easy shot in the side on the 9. You should just drift down calmly if he hits it soft, and he would have the 10 all the way back up. But first things first, you got to thread the needle here, and you're shooting off the rail. And Whitman shoots it a little too straight and pushes it down table. And you left Mcgarvey another bank. The guy's shooting at least 50% make on his bank so far throughout these games, it would seem. He's going to rear up here. And he makes it and scratches again. You're an amazing bank shot, man. Your bank shot ability is second to none in this town, bro. An unlucky break, and that's going to give Big Whitman ball in hand on the 10, trying to tie this match up at 1 here. The Sasquatch stretches out, and he puts it home, and we're tied at 1 once again. Whoever wins 2 more from this point, they each need 2 more games to win the championship. Time out. Wait. We have table money. They don't pay that. They don't put that. You scared me, yeah. We're 1-1 here, going to rack 3 in set 3. Race to 2 from here for both these gentlemen. Need another soda, Pappy? I tried to get you on, bro. It's gonna get 5K views hits in a week, I promise. And Whitman gives him a mighty crack here. And he doesn't make anything, and he leaves clear contact for the 1. What did they get for... You mean to blow you up so much? I thought it would be a good opportunity. Good job. Thank you. Praise Jesus. I can pay you for that food earlier, and can I have another soda, root beer with more ice, please? And thank you, my brother. No, this is all just a thing, and I want the wrap when this is Here you go, bro. All right. Sorry, I was getting a refill. Whitman puts the 4 right in the side and keeps the cue ball out. But he doesn't have great eyes on the 5. He's happy that he kept it up, but it might not do you any good, as it's tough to get a hitter on the 5 here. Oh, great shot, a great sliver there by Whitman. Is he going to marry it on the 8? Yeah! Ooh, he pinched him. I believe he pinched him on that 8. That's tight. It's real tight. Excuse me. Bit of a soft pretzel went down the wrong hole. Good shot by Mcgarvey there. Just roll up slightly, get yourself a little angle on this 6 so that cue can come bouncing on down for the 7 ball. Ooh, he jumped up and tried to lean it a little bit. And it's going to sit in the middle of the table nicely for Whitman. Wow. He called the 6-9 combo, and the 6 bounced down and came right back up between the 9 and the 8. Who knew, he claimed. Another bank shot by Mcgarvey. I'm not surprised. Mcgarvey looking up the cut here. Ooh, he jumped into it a little bit and didn't thin it enough. And Whitman's going to have a chance to make this in the side. But the cue, if it doesn't run into the 9, could scratch right down in that corner like a sliding board if he goes for that. And he's going to go for it. Look out for the scratch. He runs into the 9. It saves him from the scratch. It's good, but the 9 gets in the way of contact of the 8, but he's going to have to go rail first around the 9. He made a good shot like this earlier on a ball. Can he do it again? He's called it all the way down off the kick. Whitman gives it a good strike and a good try and throws that 8 ball to the side, but the 10's in the way. A great shot by Whitman for what he had there. Mcgarvey surveying the table here. Where can I get my best chance to make something? Where can I get my best chance to have a good hit? Where can I have my best chance to get a good hit and not scratch? Where's my best chance to hit this and leave him tough? All kinds of things could be going through the mind of Bradley at the moment. He looks like he's ready. He's called it off the rail all the way down and just missed it whizzing coming by and misses it coming back. He surrenders ball in hand. And Whitman's going to get ball in the paw with 3 balls left. Whitman, a nice little stop shot on the 8. Now he's going to have to try to pull this back on the 9. And he went high on it and left himself directly in line with the 10. And we're going to have a bank shot here somewhere. We got Razakane by Basement Jacks playing in the club right now. They're an electronica duo from the UK. They're chart toppers out there for many years. Good jams in the club here at the 5th Ward. Scott Whitman gives it a whack and doesn't scratch, but the 10's rolling over and Mcgarvey is going to have a fish in a barrel. Mcgarvey from point blank shouldn't have problems with this, and it's a swish, and he leads it 2-1 in set number 3. A 2-1 lead for Mcgarvey. He's 1 win away from the title. But Whitman's right there with him, contesting him every step and shot of the way. He needs 2 for the title. And Mcgarvey's ready to crack it if he wins this rack. He's your champion. He breaks dry and leaves a clear opening shot on the 1 for Whitman to jump on him early here, and Whitman needs this one. Bombs away. Whitman, no problem there, but a little difficult on the 2 here now.
Down there.
He says down there, it's a long shot. Can he just get by the 7 ball? It's tight. He does get it by the 7. And 2 tits, he doesn't scratch. And Mcgarvey will get a crack now at this 2 ball and see what he can do. These guys have been going at each other tooth and nail this whole time. If one guy gets up, the other guy comes back and gets them, and they won't let each other get too far ahead or separated. And Mcgarvey with a nice, perfect shot on the 2. But the side pocket swallows him up, and it'll give Whitman ball in hand here on the 3 ball. And these balls are all open. We got Skittles all over the place here. He fakes it out. And he makes it 3 in the side. Whitman, I noticed, puts the cue ball right up on the object ball. You want to put a couple inches of separation in so you can control where that cue ball's going, but apparently he don't need to, as he's on the 5 easy here after making the 3 and the 4. He comes around a couple rails after making the 5, and he's got a good, nice leave on the 6. Whitman feeling it here. Can he heat up? Can he get the rest of the rack? No, he rattles it out. And the 6 is going to sit hard for Mcgarvey. He's called the 6 in the side here. And he's fouled. Whitman's got ball in hand here. And didn't even take it. Whitman doesn't want ball in hand, but he's going to take it, absolutely. And he pushes the 8 up to make that as a duck next if he puts this in. Whitman, bear down. Oh, we rattled it and scratched. Uh-oh, Mcgarvey, if he runs 4 balls, is going to be your champ. Mcgarvey lining up the 7 in the side here. Makes it off a tit, no problem. Now he's got that 8. He's bearing down on that 8. He makes it, and it gets behind the 9. It's going to be a back cut all the way down. Let's see if he can make it. He's made tougher this match so far. And he makes it no problem. And now he's got a chance for the title if he makes the 10 here legally without scratching. And he's called the cut in the corner. This is for the championship and for the win. And it doesn't drop, and neither does the cue. And now Whitman gonna have a chance to send this thing to the hill, but he's gonna have to earn it. This is a tough shot. This is a tough angle. He's called it all the way down. And he's missed it, and it's not an absolute duck by any stretch. And tell me Mcgarvey's gonna bank this one. He could cut it for the win, but his banks have been on. That looks like a dead bank. Mcgarvey's been making those banks. Mcgarvey has called the bank. And it's off, and it's no good, and it's rolling all the way down the other corner, and it's running into the cue ball and sitting right on it. Unbelievable! What a leave. And now Whitman's got to figure something out here. He can't let the guy make this by any means necessary. Kick, scratch, claw, and bite your way to a win. Come on, Whitman. He's left you pinched on the 10 with absolutely no shot. You don't want to sell out and go for the bank, or you could scratch. He's called a safe. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He could have handed the title to Mcgarvey here. If Mcgarvey makes this, he's your new champ. You couldn't ask for an easier shot, but it's the toughest one. Oh, no, he didn't. And he's fouled for the win. The point-blank win. Nothing hit the rail. It's going to be ball in hand. Whitman shooting in the corner instead of right in the side. And he makes it, and we're tied 2-2 in the last set. The guy had the win on a striking foul. A tough break for Mcgarvey there. A bit of a miscue, a misstrike on the cue when all the chips were on the table. And we're going hill here. Maximum racks. Unbelievable. That's why you can't predict it, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta be tuned in. You wouldn't have believed me if well, unless you saw it yourself. It all comes down to this, a big pound. We're hill, both shooters, their hearts are going fast. I'm rocking and rolling ready. This is a heck of a match. I've seen a little bit of everything, the unpredictable. Here out at the 5th Ward Athletic Club in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Home of 717. And Whitman's going to get a crack at the rack here. We're hill on everything. Whoever wins this rack is the champion of the silver tier. And Whitman gives them a heck of a whack. They're all bouncing around, but again, I don't hear anything. And he didn't make anything. A tough break for Mcgarvey there. He had the match. He's got to regroup and get his head in this. He makes a good shot on the one there. He's got eyes on the 2 back down. He rattles the 2 and sends it all the way back up table. Whitman bearing down, makes a nice cut on the 2 ball, brings the cue around, and he's got some good eyes on that 3 next. He's called it in the corner. He's jacked up a little bit on the rail. This is a thin cut. He got it in the right direction, but he's going to leave the cue all the way up here, and the 3 is ugly on the bottom rail. And it's time to set sail. Mcgarvey eyeing it up here. Tough situation here. He's called the bank, and why not? His banks have been open, even if it's a holiday or after hours, but not this time. Would have been tough for anybody to make that. 3 ball bouncing around the table. The swinging and the swaying of emotions here for both of these shooters. It's hill for the title. And Whitman misses the 3, but leaves him absolutely buried behind the 6 ball. Mcgarvey's got to kick another one. Can he get a good kick hit on this? And Mcgarvey is lining it up, and it's not an air ball, but it's a foul ball as he hits the 4 instead of the 3, and picks the cue ball up, hands it to Whitman. Whitman's got ball in hand. Whitman deciding what he wants to do here. And Whitman puts the 4 ball home. Whitman shooting over a ball here on the 5. Don't want to scratch here. And he doesn't. He pulls it back. He's got a good clear shot on something on the 6. He could bank or play a ricochet with the white into the 7 ball. Everything's so important right now. It's hill. There's no room for error. He's called a back bank. The 7 ball, look for it to possibly go in. And he drew it. And he left the cube buried on the 10. A great two-way shot. As if he would have made it, he would have had the 7. Mcgarvey up against it here. And he's going to push the 10. He fouled intentionally. He pushed the 10 up. Ball in hand for Whitman here on the 6. Oh, and he draws it right in line with the 7. I'm going to have to do another bank shot. He's called it back at him. And he made it. A great shot by Whitman, and he's got another bank on the 8. That was a strong shot. A bank in the middle of the table, all the way back at you. Now he's called a safe. Safe has been called, and Whitman makes a good hit on it. It's a legal hit. The cue hit the rail. And Mcgarvey's got a thin slice and dice here. He's thinking he's going for this one. He has called the thin cut in the corner, and he's missed it. He's missed it, but the cue is coming all the way back down, and now he leaves Whitman with a slight back cut up top here. Shooting off the rail, it's not exactly ideal. It's not fun. It's going to be tough to hold this ball to have a shot on the 9. There's going to be a little too much thunder on it, I feel. If he's able to make it. And he thinned it a bit too much and left it sit in the pocket for Mcgarvey. Can Mcgarvey go tic-tac-toe here and take it down? And Mcgarvey puts it in, no problem. Mcgarvey's got the 9. He's lining it up. He puts the 9 in. A little bounce by the cue. He's got a shot on the 10, and it's for the title. For Mcgarvey to be the champ. And he rattles it out and leaves it ugly for Whitman here on the hill. An unbelievable leave. What's Whitman gonna do? All the way down, a bank, a thin cut in the side? This is for all the marbles, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta earn it. You gotta make a tough shot. What to do here? Whitman's taking an extra look at this. Everything's come down to one ball, ladies and gentlemen. One ball. You couldn't have been more evenly matched. Whitman's called it all the way down. It's a heck of a thin slice. Whitman fires it. It goes all the way down. It bounces out. He didn't scratch, and he's left it long. Mcgarvey has a chance for the title. It's a long shot. He's shooting out of the pocket. He's down. He fires. He made it! And Bradley Mcgarvey is your champion of the gold tier, and both these guys played an outstanding match. Nothing to hang your head about. You shot wonderful. It was so entertaining. It came down to one ball, hill. It couldn't have been any closer. You guys are both well-deserving to be here. An incredible match. Bradley Mcgarvey is your victor. 2-1 over Scott Whitman. No reason to hang your head. That was an incredible match every which way here at the 5th Ward Athletic Club. Whew, exhilarating. We have a champion. Bradley Mcgarvey. He beat Chance Krim last round to get here. And now he's beaten Scott Whitman, who beat Scott Long to get here. A wonderful match. We're going to have some pictures being taken here. You get a medal for first. Bradley Mcgarvey is your crown champ, ladies and gentlemen, of the gold tier. Signing off now. God bless you in Jesus' name. Thanks for tuning in.